Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. Soon as the stripping is done, we'll take our leave and go. Ahoy, mateos! Welcome to Rogue Mother Rising. Today is February 15th, 2026, 10:18 p.m. Pirate time. And I've spent the weekend looking over all of my evidence and rereading stuff, still trying to absorb and comprehend everything that has happened and all the stuff I've been learning. And here's what I came up with us for today in our gathering of evidence on something's gone catastrophically wrong in the United States for protection for vulnerable people. Okay, in the article in the Daily Signal, Capri Snap stated, "This matter was resolved because the strip club outing was voluntary, not billed to Medicaid, and not part of person-centered plan." And that is exactly the problem. Why do we even have person-centered plans? In Oregon, providers operating under home and community-based services are not casual companions. They are entrusted with a legal duty of care under Oregon Department of Human Services and the Oregon Health Authority. That duty includes protecting individuals from abuse, neglect, and exploitation, anticipating foreseeable risks, providing supervision appropriate to the person's needs, following the person-centered plan as the controlling safety document. The person-centered plan is not a billing form, it's the safety map. So when I hear that an activity was not part of the plan and therefore the issue was resolved, what I hear is it's avoided documentation. But avoiding documentation does not remove duty of care. It increases it, especially when we are talking about adults who require 24/7 support, especially when we are talking about environments involving sexual content, power imbalance, and exploitation risk. In Oregon, risks must be identified, documented, consented to, and reviewed. If an activity is too controversial to document, too risky to formally approve, too questionable to include in the plan, then it's too risky to take vulnerable adults into. Calling this resolved treats the absence of a plan as proof of safety. But under Oregon's law and ethics, the absence of a plan is a failure of duty. Duty does not clock out. It does not vanish after hours. And it does not dissolve when paperwork is avoided. If person-centered planning only applies when it's convenient, then it's protecting systems, not people. And that is not acceptable in Oregon. I will be drafting formal letters, and I will continue asking questions, because this is not about billing, it's about safety. So that's where I'm at. Apparently, in my newfound absorption of all of this stuff, apparently it looks like the feds called Salem and told them, no, we do not pay for strip club visits. So I'm writing a letter. I'm going to write a letter to Salem, Oregon, the one that told me the laws to look at, which I did. And then I'm gonna be writing a letter to this person here, probably. And that's my next plan. My next video will probably be the letter that I'm going to send off to Washington, because nobody has contacted me personally and let me know how anything is. And I want to know. I feel it's my duty as a mother, as a paid care provider, and now as a guardian. It is my duty to provide safety, and I'm to be the watchdog. I'm the mother. Nobody else is watching. Everybody else thinks, well, if you don't put it down, it's okay. That is not acceptable. That is not what people advocated for when they shut down the mental institutions. We didn't advocate to take them someplace where they are and throw them to the wolves. You take them from a secure facility and you throw them to the wolves with absolutely no protection. And the wolves are getting paid a very good wage. This is not acceptable. It's not acceptable to me. It's not acceptable to society. And there is something that has gone very, very wrong I believe this is all part of that institutional drift. Everybody is marking off boxes and signing their name with no thought or concern to who the people are that they're talking about. I intend to change that. Join my crew. Join my ship. Let's set things right and get things back acceptable again. Um, the vulnerable citizens in our country do not deserve this. They deserve safety and protection and loving care. Not anything goes as long as we don't write it down. That is not safe, it is not appropriate, and I intend to put a stop to it. Thanks for coming to my ship and going on a sail with me. I'll see you on the next voyage. Ahoy, meteos. See you next sail.